Hey guys, thanks for tuning in for another real-time edit. Today I have this Sanderling, and he was in such a cool spot. One of my favorite areas to shoot on this beach in southern New Jersey. And if you catch the tides just right, you actually get the water washing over kind of like an exposed sandbar. And it makes for really uh, a cool look. So I actually sit in the water on the other side of this exposed sandbar because there's like a little inlet there, and I'm sitting in like maybe 3-4 feet of water, and I can actually get lower than the sand, so I can actually hide some of the waves back there in the background and really throw them out of focus. So the only thing in focus is the bird and like the tiniest thin line of in focus sand there, or water, I should say. So these real tiny waves just wash over the top of it and give you like kind of almost like that wet sand reflection or just real shallow water look. So anyway, it's a real cool look. So start with cropping it, straighten it. Going to go a little bit lighter with the exposure, kick the shadows up so I get a little bit more detail in there. Blacks back down for contrast. I am going to saturate this bad boy a little bit more because I really do want this blue water to look good. And there we go. I'm going to kick the saturation up on the blues, and I always shift the blues a little bit more towards magenta because I just don't love Nikon's blue tones. So just go to 2 there on that, and that should be about it. The rest is going to happen in Photoshop, which is going to be, I'm probably going to make that blue even a little bit more rich, and then we'll really kind of add some nice contrast onto the bird itself. And I am just going to do one little cloning thing to just kind of even out the tone back here. There was just like a kind of a light spot, and then maybe even just soften up the darkening back there because that's just like some out of focus waves. So the cool thing with this location too, or this exact spot to shoot like this is basically what happens is like the foreground water pretty much almost blends into the background water. So there's no horizon. You almost can't distinguish a horizon, which I think is such a cool look to the photo. So if we take note here, this bird is white, and it's not quite white right now. It's a little bit on the gray side here, so he needs a little bit more contrast. So there we go. Lightened up those whites to make them closer to white without blowing out detail. This probably just looks fine globally. Yep, nothing wrong with that. Looks good overall. Oh, I just saw a dust spot up here, so let me clean that up. And there's like one over there. Yeah, I mean, a smooth, out of focus blue sky is a good thing to pick out any dust spots. All right, that looks pretty clean. Let's see what else. I'm just going to add a little bit more contrast on the plumage of the bird. So just add a curves adjustment layer. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Really show off that that really cool plumage there. I'm going to dodge this little splash of water right there so we kind of see that a little bit more. Also a water drop right there. That was too much, so let me back off that. Little tiny water drop right there. And then, yeah, I thought there was one over here hanging out. All right, so let's look at that little water drop showing up. All right, last thing, I'm just going to go a little bit more blue with this. Whoops. Let's go to the blue channel and the cyan channel. Kind of dial it in how I want it. There, something like that looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to paint that color off of the bird. Real easy to do. I'm just going to actually select all the blue around it, and that should give me a pretty clean selection around the bird. There we go. I'll invert that and then just paint with black to get rid of that blue color that I just painted in because I don't want to make the bird more blue. He's already got a great color. And there we go, right? Nice selection there. Oh, also don't want to forget the reflection here. So let's bring that back to just be a little bit more warm and less blue. Right in there, something like that. And there we have it. So now it's a little bit more blue. I think that's too much, so I am just going to back off the opacity on that. Drop that down to like 60%. So there we go. Yeah, real nice clean image now. I'm really happy with how that looks. Let me get this saved. We'll hop back into Lightroom, compare the original. Shouldn't be, not Not like a crazy major difference here, but pretty substantial. This is another one of those that it was shot really well, so nice clean edit under 5 minutes, and then yeah, look at that, right? Just real crisp blues, nice contrast on the bird. The bird was a little underexposed here, which is how I like to shoot. I'd rather be underexposed than overexposed and blow out those whites, and it just seems to give me a little bit more rich tones in the background and everything. So this is exactly how I wanted it to be, and it's a really nice clean look for a shorebird right there. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something on this one. If you're interested in learning exactly how I do these things and you want to work with me to have me show you step by step how I do all these edits, hop on over to rayhennessy.com. Go to the workshop section down to online workshops. Check out the remote training session, and that's all the details for that. You can shoot me a message, email, you can contact me right through the website and sign up for this. Or if you have any more questions, feel free to get in touch. And if you're looking to do something a little bit more ongoing instead of just a one-time session, I have mentorships available. So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll have another one soon.